All right. So Medable, yeah? So Trevor and Michelle, are you ready to roll? Yeah. Just don't go over here past that line. Don't cross the line.
Okay, sorry, I love to break rules. Hi, I'm Michelle Longmire. I'm CEO and co-founder of Medable. We're really excited to be here tonight to share with you what Medable does. Before we embark on that, I'd like to tell you why we set out to do what we do. So I'm a physician, and I've noticed that it's very hard for my patients to communicate with me. It's notorious, the healthcare system, for being difficult and cumbersome and connectivity being limited. The tools we all use, like Facebook and text messaging, Google Hangouts, you really can't use those tools to connect with your doctor. The reason is that the data security, it's not HIPAA compliant. So who in the room has heard about HIPAA? Just a show of hands. Okay, pretty impressive. Probably because you're frustrated with the way it limits the way you can transfer your data. But HIPAA is a set of federal regulations around data security that relates to handling of patient information. So it's the reason why your doctor shouldn't text message you, although that is becoming somewhat of common practice. So it's the reason why you can't Skype with your doctor or email your doctor or theoretically text message your doctor. So what we did with Medable is we had the insight that this type of connectivity is fundamentally important and has revolutionized our connectivity and the way we function in our lives in every other domain. So we wanted to create a tool that gave the same user experience of mobile that has become second nature to all of us and provide HIPAA compliance in that domain. We realized that rather than creating one application, that for digital health to really kind of cross that last mile for the applications you use where the data currently dies on your phone to be accessible and usable by a doctor, that this type of data security would need to apply to every digital health application that you'd want to share with your doctor. So rather than building one mobile app, we've built an entire API that is a service to the digital health industry. So Medable is a HIPAA-compliant mobile platform that people can develop digital health applications on and really provides the security and ecosystem that enables your application to be used by doctors and to be integrated into the digital health or the healthcare ecosystem. So let me show you a quick video of an application that was developed on our platform. It's called DermTap, and it enables collaboration among dermatologists. So I think you'll get a sense about what we're up to. It's a company that's developed an app on our platform. We don't have audio. I could sing it for you, but you'd boo me off stage. The audio is so cute.
Good. All right.
No.
No.
We're doing well
So
for
we're going to
time.
this line in. All right, we're going to have to jerry-rig this a little bit. Sorry for the delay.
Here, why don't we do this?
the ghetto version.
Boom. Okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. So that kind of exemplifies that now using Medable as a dermatologist and using the DermTap app, which was developed with our API, the images I take aren't stored on my camera roll, all the data is encrypted, all the data coming from my patient and their application meets HIPAA compliance. So that's just one example of what the Medable platform provides for the healthcare, digital health community. But anyhow, I'm here with my incredible colleague, Trevor Goss, and we're very excited to talk with anyone who's interested in using our platform, who has a digital health application in mind or a digital health company. And thank you so much for your time. I'd welcome any questions.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Who's got? Anybody? Hands up. You know the drill. Nobody. Why are you guys so quiet tonight?
Okay, cool.
Hey, so my doctor has complained about not, things very sensitive. My doctor's complained about not being able to text or get texts from her patients. So since you don't develop apps yourself, you're basically dependent on other developers to pull that stuff in. Are you going to develop a network around that, or some, like one-stop shopping for, oh, I'm a doctor, I need to communicate with my patients, what apps can I use?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you asked this question. So we actually have a flagship app, the Medable app, which is patient-centered team-based care. Will be in the App Store within the next month. And essentially it enables just that. The patient can download and invite their practitioners to a conversation or as a team. And physicians can download and now communicate securely with their providers. So that really leverages the essence of our API. And we see it kind of like Facebook, right? Facebook has an API that's utilized by a whole host of other developers. And Medable also has an application upon which the API can be leveraged by other developers. So beyond a platform, we do have an end application that essentially enables you to unite all of your providers. Yep, and we have a mobile SDK. So really the whole ecosystem of what we've built is repurposed and can be utilized by other companies. Cool, well, thank you. We think so. I think as a doctor, I've seen digital health receive a lot of press, but it hasn't really changed my job. And a part of that is that the data needs to meet certain security standards, and it also needs to meet physician workflow requirements. Yep. Yeah, so anyone in here text message their doctors. I give my patients my cell phone number, and they text me. Now they use DermTap, thanks to our partner company.
I text my brother once in a while, and he's a doctor,
Nice.
but he still doesn't respond to me.
Yeah. Well, you need a new doctor. Or a
Hey.
new brother, depending on how you look at it.
It's okay. So we enjoy the presentation. It's a great idea. It has tons of potential. Curious about how you plan to make money, and give us a little background on where you are in your fundraising or your process for those of us that might be interested in that area as well.
Sure. I think there's a number of revenue potential options and a number of revenue streams. Our first goal is to provide what we see as a real utility to the digital health ecosystem. So we all pay for Rackspace and Amazon Web Services. This is a utility that enhances those existing services in a consolidated way. I think there's also tremendous potential from revenue sharing with some of the direct-to-consumer functionality that we enable. But really our first value proposition is let's make mobile the way you connect to the healthcare system, have Medable as the platform for that, and begin to develop partnerships around it. So there's certainly a number of works in progress, but it really is like a utility similar to Rackspace, Amazon Web Services, but plus the layer that's really required for healthcare. We have a question over here.
Hi, how's it going? I'm just curious how many apps you currently have that are utilizing your API?
Yeah, so we have 4 applications that are utilizing our API. One of them is in the App Store, which is DermTap. We're currently have a whole host of partnerships. It's actually, the opportunity has been more than we can almost scale to meet. But at the same time, we're making the API just, you come in and you sign up and you use it, and it's self-directed. So we're noticing startups can come in and autonomously use our technology. It's the, not to name any names, but the Walgreens, right, who are like, how do we do this? So I think when you're a startup and you have strong development team and engineers, we have a very intuitive API, similar to Facebook and kind of the standard API conventions. Where it becomes a little trickier from a partnership standpoint is, more established corporations who may have less savvy engineering teams, but we're noticing that there's a lot of interest kind of across the healthcare ecosystem, and our partnerships are very, very broad.
So what is your revenue strategy? What are your goals?
Yeah, our goals are to have a universal sign-in for digital health applications that enables anyone to come into an existing or a new digital health application and have that data cross the last mile in terms of being able to be accessible and shared with a doctor and stored in an electronic health record. So whether it's a sleep app or it's your Fitbit or it's your Jawbone, as a doctor, for this information to have value for me, it has to meet the standard convention. So that's one of the primary things we're working on, as well as just the basic premise that before you share health wearable data, is that you should just be able to connect with your doctor in a team-based way that integrates your providers.
So I'm just curious. So you charge to use your API, right?
Yep.
How much does that cost?
So there's a free period of time when you're building your app and you're scaling and developing users, and then it becomes on a per user basis. Which is how much?
Yeah, how much?
We talk offline.
Okay.
Yeah, it
But for
really
a special
varies.
discount here at SF New
There
Tech,
is a special discount at SF New Tech, 50% off of the unstated price. No, but we're working with companies on kind of like a per user basis, and as well as like what is the size of the actual company. But we're actually currently gathering feedback about it, like what's the right price point, what makes sense. We know Amazon Web Services, Rackspace, and we know kind of where we fit within that, but we're actively seeking partnerships to best achieve market fit.
Very cool. Well, we're officially out of time.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.